And yes, you can be the Hey Roses, I'm back to do another Empties video. It has been a little while, not as long of a gap compared to the last one. But my bag is getting full again and about to overflow, so I figured I would just go ahead and do another one. Because you guys really seem to like these, plus I like sharing my thoughts on different products I've used. Maybe mute that. Sorry, I had ridiculousness playing in the background. But yeah, I've had this bag for years and years. It just says C'est La Vie in a floral pattern. I got it from Claire's, I want to say 2011 maybe? Like I said, I've had this for years and years and years, so. Alright, so first thing I'm going to talk about is the Bath & Body Works Lavender Vanilla Pillow Mist. You guys know I use these like crazy. In fact, I have one that I'm currently using right here. They've changed the look of the bottles. I honestly prefer this one though, because the mist on this one is a lot finer than this one, so this one will last a lot longer. And considering they've gone up in price, oh, only by $1. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it went up higher than that. Anyway, regardless, if you're someone that has a hard time winding down before bed, I would recommend this one or the Relax, because there is a Relax one too, I'm pretty sure. And I think there's also a calming? I know there is a stress relief one, and so I have a friend that uses that one, but personally I'm not the biggest fan of mint, which is also the main reason why when I use like Icy Hot and stuff, or in this case this one is the what is this one compared to? I think this is the one that is compared, this is a CVS brand, I think this is the one that's compared to Aspercream. But I get the one with the Lidocaine in it, one, because it lasts longer for me, and two, I think it really cuts the menthol smell, and I'm just not a big menthol person, or mint person in general. That is the one difference between me and John, or Reva, as some of you guys know him as. He's a big mint person. Like in the winter he'll do like peppermint tea and have like peppermint sticks to stir the tea and stuff, which I'm sure the peppermint tea isn't strong, but the peppermint itself just, I don't know, something about mint in general just doesn't agree with me. But yeah, this was the first thing. I've got a couple, might have more. Oh, I do have two other, there might be a little one buried in here somewhere. But I do have two other pillow mists that are not Bath & Body Works. This one is from Room 1019. This one was from TJ Maxx, and then this one is the Nature Love, also from TJ Maxx. Like I said, I go through these like water sometimes, so that's two more that I've used up. Alright, now back to what I was originally pulling out. Do these. I've got three deodorants. Two were good, one was a miss. This is the Dove Even Tone. I think I actually have another one up here. Oh, no, it's not the Even Tone, but it is the Advanced Care, and I'm almost out of it, so. Dove is usually what works best for me. I have used Secret in the past, but Dove is usually the one that I reach for. So I've used an Even Tone, and then my mom gave me this one because she said it wasn't working for her, and it is the Dove Dry Spray. Personally, I prefer stick, but the spray was convenient when I needed to do it from far away. It just, this one, I would get white marks on my clothes, whereas this one, because I can control where it goes, I don't have that issue. So, yeah. But I do like Dove in general. Excuse me. I got a freaking frog in my throat. Okay. Now, for the one that was a dud, I'm sure you have seen this advertised everywhere, but it is the Lumi Whole Body Deodorant in Lavender Sage. My mom tried it, it didn't work for her. I tried it, it didn't work for me. Just something about the formulation didn't work for the two of us, so I might see if one of my nieces will want to use this, since it didn't work for me or my mom, and it's still in date. Yeah, it's still in date. So I'll have to see if one of my nieces will want to use this. So let me set that behind the camera. But yeah, it just didn't work for me or my mom, which is rare that a product won't work for the both of us. Because normally if something doesn't work for her, it'll work for me and vice versa. But that's the first product in a while that hasn't worked for either of us. So what are you gonna do? Trying to get my shower stuff next, but I guess I'll do others. I can do these few samples right quick, actually. I do have a few samples because my mom gets Farmhouse Fresh occasionally, and she also will get Derma E, and they usually send her a bunch of samples. So these were 2 body oils, agave nectar and vanilla bourbon. Between the two, I preferred the vanilla bourbon just because I am big on vanilla anyway, but I don't know if I would use body oil just because me personally, I don't like how it feels on my skin when it hasn't sunken in, and these took a little while to sink in for me, so that's the main reason why I wouldn't get those. This is another Farmhouse Fresh. This is the Moon Dip lotion, like body mousse. I did like this one. I would get this for sure, and for those that are curious, they are a cruelty-free, gluten-free, paraben-free, dilate-free scent, and 98% natural. So if you're wanting more natural products, I would suggest them. Good grief, I got a frog in my throat. I got 2 by Derma E. It is the Ultra Lift Firming DMAE Moisturizer. I got 2 of these. I think my mom had gotten some either face wash or face moisturizer or something by Derma E, so, and it came with these, so she just let me give them a try. And the last serum for now, or the last sample for now, it might be more buried in the bottom, but this is the one I could see. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. I did like this, but not enough that I would want to pay the price point to own this, just because Charlotte Tilbury is super expensive and I can't afford that. So it's nice to get a sample to try it out, but yeah, just not something that I was really interested in. Okay, I got 2 lip balms at the moment. There might be more buried in the bottom. First is the Sweet Coffee Bean Lip Mask from Bath & Body Works. It's completely gone. I do like these. At first I was kind of a little hesitant because of the coffee aspects, just because I'm not someone that enjoys the scent of coffee that much, but to me this smelled more like brown sugar than it did coffee, so it didn't bother me. And I currently have, let me reach behind the camera, one that I'm using in Champagne Toast, so I do like it enough to try another scent. But honestly, I kind of miss this one. The Champagne Toast one is a little strong for my liking, but I do really like this. And then this was something my mom gave me, and it's the Solviderm Lip Defense in SPF 15. This one was in my purse for a long time, but I finally finished it, so it's gonna go with the other Empties. Trying to get all of my stuff organized. Oh yeah, another thing that I finished that I used as a lip balm was this thing of Vaseline, because whenever I have any sandwich that has heavy amount of pickles on it besides my mouth crack, I don't know why, and I used it for that. So I do have another one I'm currently using right here. So I haven't used this one as much because I tend to avoid things with a heavy amount of pickles if it can be avoided. Next is the Native Sugar Cookie Body Wash. I have had this thing for 3-4 years, I want to say, because my mom got it for Christmas for me one year. But I did really like it. The scent lingered as well, because I would pair this with like the Vanilla Bean Noel lotion from Bath & Body Works, and they worked well together. And I would get this again if it was on sale, or if I found it at like TJ Maxx, Ross, or whatever for a good price. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna stick with drugstore, but this was a nice treat. Alright, I got 2 shampoos. I've got the Head & Shoulders Clinical Strength. I was having a really bad dry scalp the past few months, so that's what this was for. This one, I didn't mind the menthol smell too much, surprisingly, because normally I'm like gagging on menthol. But this one wasn't as bad. I don't know if it was because of the fact that there was orange in it too, so the orange cut some of the menthol. I don't know, but this literally looks like a melted creamsicle color. But I have another one in my bathroom right now, so I will continue to use it. And then this one was one my mom had recommended me when I started losing a bunch of hair, still losing a bunch of hair. It is the Life Cell hair growth shampoo for thinning hair. This one, the menthol was way too strong. If you hear voices, my mom's TV's going. This was just way too much on the menthol for me. So for that reason alone, I'm not going to get this. Like I said, this was something my mom gave me, so I appreciate her offering it to me, but it's not one that I will willingly go out of my way to purchase. Freaking Discord notification. There we go. Okay. I have a fragrance mist in 1,000 Wishes. This is actually one my Aunt Sandra gave to me because she had received it as a gift, but it gave her a headache, and she had it about halfway when she gave it to me. So I do like it. This is the scent that John's grandparents gave me for Christmas. That first year they actually had got me something, which was not necessary. But this scent will always remind me of that. So I'm hoping this stays in their permanent line, because they tend to get rid of scents all the time, and it's so annoying. I want freaking Cashmere Glow back. Bath and Body Works, if you happen to see this video, I highly doubt it. The next I have this brown sugar toaster treat sanitizer. It's basically like a brown sugar Pop-Tart. I do have another one over there that I will use, but I mean, to me, sanitizer is just, it had a nice smell and it did its job. Next is the Volition Golden Eye Brightening Serum. This did have an airless pump, so it would push itself up as I would use it, which I appreciated. So you can see the pump right there, one of those airless ones. I did keep the thing. It says with the vitamin C and niacinamide, so I did notice a difference when I used it though. It cut some of the darkness under my eyes. Right now I'm using one by, what is it called? It's a high dollar brand, I know that. I can't remember the brand name at the moment, but this is also another cruelty-free brand, so if those are of you that are interested in that, then you might like this. And it was thick enough to do its job, but not too thick that it just didn't sink in. So I did like that about it. Alrighty, and now for most of the rest of this video, which is candles. I haven't been burning candles as much recently because our house, for some reason, has developed an issue where if we burn candles consistently, the soot stays on the ceiling and it's annoying. So it's kind of a bummer. Anyway, most of these are Goose Creek, I think. Yeah, I've got 3 Goose Creek and then 3 more. Okay, so this is the first Goose Creek one. This is lemon butter cake. For those that don't know, I love lemon in sweets. I don't know why, but it literally smells like lemon shortbread. That's the impression that I get. It says candied lemon zest, dense butter cake, and sugary vanilla glaze. So if you like lemon in your sweets, I would recommend this for sure. The next one is warm donut sugar. It literally smells like a cinnamon roll. But this one is warm fried dough, cinnamon sugar, and vanilla bean. It looks like this. So definitely would suggest this one as well. I tend to like sweeter scents, so that's what the bulk of this is going to be. Then the last Goose Creek one is cinnamon sugar vanilla. This one did burn kind of thick, but I was able to get it down to the bottom, even though it did burn weird. But this one just says cinnamon sugar, vanilla bean, and warm pastry. So. Okay, I have two from Bath & Body Works. One is the Vanilla Bean Noel and the little one. I don't like getting the little ones if it can be avoided. Oh, I forgot I had two more samples in this one. There we go. But I don't really like the little ones because they just don't burn as even, so it's annoying and I feel like I'm wasting it. But I do like the smell. It just, I guess I had a deal on the One Wigs one day. I'll do the two samples now since they were in there. One is by Glow Recipe and it is the Plump Hyaluronic Acid Cream. I did like this. I do feel like it kept my face hydrated enough. I can stretch out the leg. So I would consider getting it, but I've heard Glow Recipe is expensive. The next one is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. These two were from my mom because, like I said, she'll get them when she orders from them. And I did like this, but be warned. If you have a spot on your face, whether it be like a pimple that has burst or I don't know, like a scab from something, don't use this because it burns really bad. So I would not do that if you have any like open area on the face. I know that's kind of common sense, but I wasn't thinking about that when I was doing my skincare, so. Alrighty, back to the candles. I have this Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud. I wish that this line had stayed longer than just a month and a half, but what are you gonna do? I'm not in charge of marketing. I wish I was though, because then I could bring Cashmere Glow back. But yeah, just another super sweet one. This says Macaron Delight, Parisian Sponge Sugar, and Pink Berries. So. I also, because I've been going through candles, used up 3 candle lighters. The last candle that I used up was this Tuscany candle and lemon sugar cookie. This thing's huge. It's like as big as my head. But I did really enjoy this one. And I would consider getting it again. I'm pretty sure I got this one at Kroger because they have this brand at Kroger. So if there's a deal on them when I go into Kroger, I would get it. Otherwise, no, because I'm not paying the full price because these get expensive. Oh, this is one I forgot. The JLo Beauty Gel Cream Cleanser. I do not have plans to repurchase this. This is just one that my mom gave me because it didn't work for her. Sorry, there's a fly or something on the stand. But it did its job. Otherwise, there's nothing that stands out in order for me to like want to get it again, if that makes sense. And the last thing that was in the bag was this Pepero white cookie, basically the Korean version of Pocky, and it had New Jeans on the cover. At the time that I got this, I was really liking New Jeans and liking their music. However, due to all of the controversy surrounding them and the agency and the legal battles back and forth and I just don't know where I stand with New Jeans, if that makes sense. I know they're young. I know they're mad that the former CEO got fired. But the way that they're trying to go about it, just, it definitely shows that they're super, super young, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was the last thing. Yeah, and that was it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Empties video. I know it was a lot. I tried to go through it kind of quick because I didn't want it to be crazy long or anything. So with all that being said, I will talk to you guys soon in another video, another time. Bye, roses. 안녕.